Alright guys, we're going to do some headlight restoration today on my RS6. These are the items that we're going to need to complete that job. First item, microfiber towel and Windex. Now Windex is just my preference. This is just to get the surface clean before we apply our tape and start doing our job. Second item is our plastic with tape already on it. I love this stuff, guys. It takes out one total step. You don't have to tape so much. Super easy, and you'll see that. This item is available at Home Depot. Next item, plain water in a spray bottle. We got 380 grit, which is the maroon Scotchbrite, 600 grit, which is the green Scotchbrite, and 800 grit, which is the gray Scotchbrite. Again, these items are also available at Home Depot. The next item we have is our variable speed buffer. This one goes to 2000. I use it at 2000, but guys, please, if you guys are using a variable speed buffer or any high speed buffer and you have not done so before, make sure you start at a low speed or try it on a junk car, a junk panel. These will burn paint off. With the buffer is our mother's power plastic for lights to clean and polish the headlights. This stuff works pretty good. This is available at O'Reilly's. So today I've chosen stuff that we can get at our local stores. You know, you guys can go to O'Reilly's, Advanced Auto Parts, AutoZone, Home Depot. All these items are available there except for the buffer. I did get that at Home Depot, but it was online. Alright guys, well let's get this, can't really talk there. Okay, let's get started. Alright guys, here's the headlights on our 2003 RS6. You can see they're pretty hazy, not too clear. They're really not that bad, but that's just because I did this same process about 6 months ago. They were completely yellowed at that time. So if you guys just follow these same steps, no matter how bad your headlights are, it's going to turn out great. Bam! V8 bi-turbo. Sorry, had to do that. Alright guys, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our microfiber and our Windex, and we're going to clean the surface of the headlight and the bumper also, the outside trim, anywhere where we're going to stick tape around here so our buffer doesn't burn anything. So that's what we're going to do right now. Just spray it really good. It's not rocket science. Let's make sure we're getting all the dirt off. Okay guys, looks like that is done. Alright guys, next thing we're going to do is tape around the light with the stuff that I showed you guys. This stuff is awesome. So we'll just make sure we get all the way under there and overlap a little bit. Perfect. So that should protect our paint and stuff, you know, so while we're sanding this, we don't hit all these spots, because you think you can get it without doing it, but I've tried it and it doesn't work. Alright guys, let's move on to the... Alright guys, next thing we're going to do that I forgot to tell you about, we're going to prep the surface with cryogenic isotopes. Perfect. That looks perfect. Alright guys, I was just joking about that last one. We're on to our main step. This is going to take the most work. We're going to work with our maroon pad first, which is 300 to 400. I've heard people say it's a lot of different things, 380, 300, 400. But we're going to start with this. That's going to knock a lot of our big edges off, get a lot of our debris, stuff that's stuck in the headlight off, and then we'll just work our way up from there. So make sure you get a good coating of water on your headlight. I like to get a little bit on the pad as well. And then we'll just start sanding. Now don't push too hard, you know, at first. Just get a feel for all the edges and where everything's at. You'll kind of feel where the bad spots are. After you do a little bit, and you can tell when it kind of starts getting dry, you'll feel it. It gets really gritty. Just spray it again from the top. See all that stuff coming down? That'll knock all that down. And then we'll do it again. And when you're up close, and I'll show you, you can kind of see where you need to do more work at. Like I can see a little line here where it's discolored. See if I can show you guys. I don't know if you can see that line. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see it in the light, you know, when you're here doing it. That is what I want to hit until it blends in. But make sure you're not just doing one spot and just scrubbing really hard. You know, that's how sanding is. When you're sanding this, if this surface has to go down, this surface has to go down. Don't just take down this surface. You'll end up with a weird looking headlight. Okay, let's spray that off one more time. Okay, let's spray that off one more time. And you can tell too, guys, when you're spraying your water off, you'll see it'll be gross and yellow, and pretty soon it'll change, and the residue you squirt off will be white, and that's how you can tell you're getting to the plastic, you're getting to a good surface. So I'm going to get the microfiber, we'll dry this off and see how it looks. But to me, it looks like it's consistent. I don't see any spots that are sanded any more than any others. So I think we can move up to our middle pad. Again, same process, we just want to wet that down. And we'll start working on that with our green. One thing I didn't do with that first pad that I'm going to do with these is, you know, we want to start going in a circular motion. If you do straight the whole process through like I did with that first pad, you'll just notice it'll dig some big gouges in it. This way you can make sure that you're not taking one specific spot and knocking that down more than everything else. You know, this gets a really even sand to it. When I end this middle one, I really lighten up how hard I'm pushing. Then I can really make sure that I'm knocking down all the high spots and I'm not just digging it. Because there's been a few times where I do the final buff and you can still see lines even though I've sanded with 3000 grits. And that's because my coarser grits, I'm pressing way too hard. Or just being way too impatient and just trying to get it done. I do have ADD, so I've been known to do things like that. But that feels really good, guys. It's really smooth. I don't know how good you guys can see that, but it looks really consistent now. So that's awesome. Let's move to our final grit. And that will be the gray. So once again, we'll just dry off our headlight. Make sure we get any chunks or debris that are on there so we don't scratch it deeper than we have to. And then we're going to hit it with our gray, which should be 800. We'll find out when we buff it, and it looks horrible. Okay, get it nice and wet. Get the pad nice and wet. Okay, so this is the final grit, and this is feeling really good. I don't know if I'm too happy with just 800, but we're going to buff it and try out. I always work it up to like 3,000, and that takes a long time. So if we can get the same results with Scotchbrite instead of sandpaper, you know, sandpaper's a pain in the butt to hold. It wrinkles up in your hands no matter how you hold it. So if we can do the same job with these Scotchbrites, it's going to be awesome. We'll do it with this one a few times though. Squirt it off, clean it up. I'm going to use the same thing. One spot. You see that? Let me check that out. And you can see little grits when you're squirting it. That's why it's important to get it clean every time. Because that might have been there and I might have just kind of embedded it into the headlight. So we're going to flip over to the new side. See if we can get that off. So how long have we been out here? 15 minutes? 10 minutes? Okay, let's clean the surface really good this time because our next step is going to be the buff. So we want to make sure we have a nice clean surface. Alright guys, we can see that looks pretty consistent. See the haze on there? That looks really consistent. Alright guys, I think we're done with the sanding step. Now let's get down to business and make this baby shine. Alright guys, we're on our last step now. So we're going to get our buffer with our pad. And we're going to get our headlight restoration stuff. And by stuff I mean Mother's Power Plastic 4 Lights, plastic polish. We're going to add some to the buffing wheel. And then we're going to kind of take that and we're going to kind of wipe across the headlight. I've got it started at a slower speed, so let's see how she goes. I'm telling you to go up a little bit, but always guys, start at a low speed so you don't start burning stuff. Better to start slow. Hey guys, we got something special we're going to try in the next video with the other headlight, and I'm going to let you know in this video what that is. You guys are going to want to stay tuned. Next week's going to be awesome trying this. I've never tried it before. If it works, it's going to be the funniest thing ever. Thanks for watching guys. Make sure you leave me some comments below. Let me know how I'm doing, what you think I can improve on, and what videos you guys want to see. Hey, thanks guys. Make sure you subscribe.